All right. So we are here today to have our video recorded meeting, and we're going to be discussing some potential issues with the team, some team dynamics. I understand some members may have some concerns that we would just like to discuss and to disclose to everyone in the team in a group setting. So who wants to go first?
And also we'll discuss our strengths and weaknesses.
Of course, yes, our strengths and weaknesses and how we can utilize our strengths and how we get
and also better communication.
Of course, yes, and how we can build upon or improve our weaknesses. So who wants to go first?
We're also going to talk about who's going to be responsibilities, who's going to be responsible for what, and expectations going forward.
Dividing the work. Yes. Okay. And just FYI, it's
Team 5.
Yeah, Team 5, and it's week 5, and I'm currently the leader, just for the video sake.
So what's the assignment? What assignment is due next?
Okay. We are on T3, correct? Okay, so midpoint analysis of team performance, which is what we're doing. Prepared feedback of recorded team meeting, which is what we're doing. Team assessment survey analysis of team performance. So June week 6. Part 1, team meeting recording. All right, that's what we're doing. So I'm just going to read over what we're doing. Your team is first required to record 20 to 30 minutes of the team meeting, such as using a smartphone device. The team leader for this week will be responsible for ensuring that each team member receives a file of the recorded segment to review on his or own, and 2, for uploading the recording to Blackboard, and 1 recording per team prior to our week 6 class. So after this, when this is done, I'm going to upload it to Blackboard and then send you guys a copy of it via probably Google Doc, or I'll try email first. If the email doesn't work, then I'll message the group and saying, hey, I'll just put it in a Google Doc form. I'll come up with something.
Who's the team leader next after you?
After me, I believe it was supposed to be. Oh, it's
It's supposed to be who? Wait.
Brandon.
So Brandon's supposed to be next?
Yeah, but we haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Well, hold on. Yeah, okay, yeah. I'll just skip.
Yeah. Okay, so we want to make sure that
T4
we update.
T4 is you.
That's what I just said.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Yeah. See.
And what's due T4? Just so we know in advance as well. What's that?
I don't think nothing was due to you. But see, that's the problem. I don't think it's something is going to be. Isn't it 2 weeks? I think we have an exam. Not next week. The week after.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that she wouldn't give us anything to do. She would want us to study for the exam.
So you want to be leader for 2 weeks straight?
No. But nothing's going to be due. We're not going to have a leader for the week of the exam because I don't think we have an assignment.
Yes, we do.
How can we have an assignment due if we have an exam?
That's part 4. We yeah.
So according to this,
We did.
in week 7, part 4, team prepared analysis of team performance and team's completion of team assessment survey. Your team will first use 20 minutes of class time to review and discuss positive and negative prepared feedback from each team member. Your team will also need to review and discuss each team member's team handbook survey results. Then complete together the team handbook survey, 1 hard copy on behalf of the team.
Is this next week or?
No,
This is 2 weeks from now, yeah. Note, all team members are expected to come prepared with a copy of their individual materials and to contribute to the team's in-class discussion. In addition, all team members must be present for the discussion and to complete the required written analysis. So basically, it looks like we're supposed to complete a survey in that team handbook and bring 1 hard copy on behalf of the team. So whoever is leader.
I think it's 1 survey per person, per teammate.
Right. Okay. So moving on to part 2 for week 6, which is the coming week. Individually prepared feedback. So using this recording of the team meeting, you will individually prepare a 1-page document consisting of written feedback that will be communicated to your team during our week 7 class session on motivation and feedback.
So we will all provide feedback of the video?
Yes, so once I send the video to you.
Okay.
Yes, that's smart, yeah, that's good. Okay.
That was great leadership.
Based on this recorded meeting, feedback should describe and analyze in paragraph or bullet point from 2 to 3 key observations that are positive and which should continue. 2 to 3 key observations that are negative and which should cease, be reduced going forward. 2 to 3 key observations from previous meetings that reflect additional issues your team needs to address and which are not evident in the recorded meeting itself. Please bring a hard paper copy of your prepared feedback to our class on week 6. Now, part 3, individually completed team assessment surveys. You'll individually complete a team assessment survey found in the team handbook, which should be taken out of the handbook. Please bring a hard copy of your completed survey to week 6 class.
You guys have the hard book, right? You guys have the book?
It's in the library for me. I mean, I live.
I remember we scanned the copies and I sent you a copy of the survey.
Oh, you did? Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic.
But it's a lot of pages, so I mean, you can even go through it.
Yeah, I just don't have access to it.
So I think that we should discuss communication.
Yes.
I think that communication is one of the major underlying issues that we're having. Is everyone okay communicating through WhatsApp, or is there other way?
I believe WhatsApp is the best option, and I also think, and if you guys don't know, there's another option you could use with WhatsApp. It's called WhatsApp Web. I can show it to you after we're done. It's basically a way to use WhatsApp on your personal computer.
Okay.
And it's free.
So my concern is, if WhatsApp is the best way to communicate, why haven't we all been communicating?
Okay, so what specific communication issues? Like, is it that you ask a question and no one responds to it?
Yeah, I feel it's like
when we're doing group projects, for me, we should be actively giving feedback, actively communicating with each other where we're going so far and doing our work, our part, and also like guiding each other on how to do a well prepared assignment. Like giving constructive feedback.
I think we also have to, I agree we have to communicate better, but we also have to divide the work up. We need to give people, okay, this is what you're doing, this is your role, this is it. I think what we're doing is we're just kind of saying, okay, pick what you want to do, and then no one wants to do most of the work, you know what I mean? So we have to find a way where we assign work to people. Yeah, but we have to assign work to people. I think it's like people, it's not even just they don't want to do the work, I think people just don't know what they should be doing, right? We're not being clear, we're not saying, okay, you do this and have this done by Sunday. We're just pretty much saying, okay, let's work on the project, right? What did you do so far? What did you do so far? What did you do so far? That's the problem.
I think it's just that no one wants to be like on anyone's case. No one wants to like leave each other or tell someone what to do. I would hope that right. I would hope that being a busy individual, like we understand kind of like where we need to step up. But I think that hasn't been working because it's been a little bit disorganized, and that's where the workload isn't being evenly distributed. I mean, what do you feel like would work for you?
I mean, if I could just say something real quick. I know that most of us have also full-time jobs as well as school, so I understand that it's hard to get on WhatsApp. When someone asks a question, I know it's hard to immediately respond. So I understand that, so I'm not going to hold that against anyone. But I think, if to my understanding, someone proposed to have a meeting, a whole group meeting on WhatsApp at a particular time. Maybe it was 9 at night when everyone's available, or whenever there's a time where no one's working, right?
Well, what's available for you? Because I think that Hector and James have been communicating pretty well.
Okay.
But I find that you haven't. So, we want to accommodate you, and we want to make sure that you're also contributing. So what do you mean for you?
Well, I'm just gonna make something clear. I have been looking at the messages. I just don't respond to them. I look at them. I take note of them. But if you would like me to I don't usually respond unless I'm asked a direct question or my name is used, if I'm needed. And that's what I've been doing for the most part thus far. However, I can see that that's not sufficient. So
yeah, because we want You know what I mean? I think that we all appreciate input.
Plus, I mean, like you said, you just brought that to our attention. Now, we didn't know that you were, you know what I mean? At least makes us feel that, because we had another group member who doesn't respond at all, we haven't seen in 2 weeks. So at least if we know that you're, hey, I'm trying my best, hey, I'm paying attention, I'm reading your test, to say, like, you know, even if you're working, you're in class, just say, hey, I'm in class right now, I can't really respond to you guys. Or I'm doing, you know what I mean? Just let us know what you're doing so we can say, okay, he's right now, he's working, he doesn't have free time. Like if so, like, you know what I mean? Like for instance, like on Friday, like they were texting a lot and no one was responding, and I just finally said, oh, hey, listen, I'm at work, when I get home.
Right, okay, so I'll just, I'll respond for input's sake, so or for whatever, like if I have a problem or something, like if I'm doing a task and I'm drowning in it, I'll.
Not even just that, just say, hey, listen, like, okay, I'm here, I see your post, you know, either whatever you're doing, or hey, I'm gonna try to take a look at that, see if I can put some input. You know what I mean?
Right.
So just let us know what you're doing, that you're there, you know, because we don't know.
You're aware.
We didn't know that you were actually reading the WhatsApp. Like we thought you and Brandon were just we're not even that, not doing nothing. We didn't know you guys were reading the text, maybe, or you weren't receiving it, or you just didn't care. We don't know.
Okay.
I mean, and the fact that we were all kind of like just taking job responsibilities, and we didn't hear input from you or Brandon, it was just really frustrating because we were all almost drowning in the work because the first 2 assignments were a lot of work. So hearing no feedback from either one of you left some of us to work really late.
Okay.
You know, so that in itself is frustrating, especially if you're not responding, because it just makes us feel like, you know, like you don't care. But just from your perspective, you said that that's just, you feel that you don't need to respond unless something's actually addressed to you. Right. So we didn't get that either.
Okay, so now we know. And in the future, when someone asks for feedback, I guess, it's just now it's a set expectation that we would like as many members of the group to give that feedback as possible. Yeah, because preferably all.
Because it's a group project, so I think that hearing everyone's perspective really helps. And I would see that you would be on the document.
Yeah.
But it was confusing because I'm like, what's he doing on the document if I don't, you know what I mean? Or if he's not saying anything, if he's doing something on the document, is correcting something, like I want to make sure that I'm not deleting like some of your work on the Google document, or even communicating and like James said, assigning specific tasks so that we can make sure that, you know, 2 people aren't doing the same task and therefore, you know, time is being wasted.
Something that I like what you did in when we were reading the test, she put a comment. So we take a look what she's editing and we kind of decide, okay, if that looks good, I will accept that change. So everybody knows
what's being changed.
What is being changed.
So so I'm just gonna ask again how we would indicate to everyone else that there's a change in there. Like would we say it in the WhatsApp chat? Like how would we indicate to everyone else that it's changed?
I think it depends what kind of changes are gonna be made. If you're just making minor changes, like you just say, okay, I don't think a sentence makes sense, or maybe, you know, something like that. It's different than if I'm going to add like 2 or 3 paragraphs. I'm going to take 2 or 3 paragraphs. Like if you're going to do major changes, even you still let us know. Just say, hey, listen, I'm making couple small errors. Like you guys made some errors. I'm just going to fix them. But if you're going to actually add a lot and take a lot out, then of course tell us.
I'm going to note that like you guys have been good with like saying, oh, this part doesn't make sense. I'm just gonna, or like this word doesn't make sense. Like I saw the chat and I saw like those messages. But for me, like when I was given my assignment for writing the questions, I don't know if you saw, but I just announced like I formulated these questions, like just look over them. I think you guys saw that.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Okay. This is I think I felt this part. I should have indicate. Because we were told that Brandon was in the group, so if I indicated that Brandon has to do one part of the question, you do the other one, then it turns out that you did all the questions. So we really didn't know. We really didn't know eventually what everybody did. Until we asked who did what.
That's why
that was a big problem.
I think we should all agree on this, that we need to assign those, because in our group, it's just the way things have been going. we're so disorganized that we just need to say, okay, listen, you're gonna do the weaknesses, you're gonna do the strengths, you're gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this, so that everyone knows what they're doing, like you said, so that two people don't do the same thing. And also, that we expect, you know what I mean? And we're not expecting perfect, right? So say if you're having trouble, just say, hey, listen, I only did 2 paragraphs. I really didn't understand it. Hey, help me. Like, that's what I want. But the only thing I don't want is just say, okay, I'm going to put 5 paragraphs. 2 paragraphs are good. 3 paragraphs are crap. But I just did it because I wanted to fill up the page. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we don't want, because then we're going to have to go back and fix it anyway. That's for all of us. That's including myself, her. Like, no one should do that, because you're just making more work for everyone else. And when we read it, we're like, we can't use this. We're going to take all these paragraphs out. It's never going to be even, right? The work is never going to be distributed like, okay, you did 25%, you did 25%, I did 25%. It's always going to be, someone's going to do more than the other person, 100%. It's never going to be equal. The only thing is we just want to make sure everybody has their assigned role and everybody's contributing. That's it. It's not about, oh, you have to do 25%. You're never going to do, it's never going to be equal. You might do 40% one time, I might do 20, she might do 15. You know what I mean?
I was going to say, I agree with what you're saying completely, like 100%. But also another thing to note is to take it in bites. Do the work consistently in bites. Don't wait like midway through the week. Don't wait 2 days before the next class.
Working since Friday.
Yeah, we've been talking for a while.
Since this past Friday.
Yeah,
Okay.
and like we felt that because, you know, you nor Brandon spoke up, you know, we did most of the work, and that's why Hector was kind of like, hey, what's left over, what hasn't been worked on, we're just going to assign it to you guys. Because we've all kind of been proactive and just said, hey, we're going to do
like
this.
by Saturday, we had part 1, part 2, I think part 3 already done. The only thing that was missing was the question.
Yeah. And then the editing took so much time too, because I ended up just going through the entire document and editing it, and then James re-edited it because it was like 2 a.m. by the time I was done.
I have a paper, so Granary, so what I do, I put it up, check playwriting, they fix some of punctuation.
Yeah, so by like
Sunday,
Sunday, like early Monday, most of the document was already done. Like Hector said, he put it on Grammarly, and we kept asking each other like, hey, can you read my work? Can you just review it? Let me know if something's wrong. And like, you know, I let them know like, hey, I tweaked some stuff, take a look, let me know if something's wrong. And then even when James tweaked it, he was like, oh, you know, I changed some stuff. I was like, oh, what did you change? You know, and he was like, oh, no, I was like, I'll say good miracle.
Yeah,
so,
just be specific in what you're doing.
Yeah, as long as you're not, like I said, it's not, you can just say like, oh, I just changed a few things. If you didn't really like change anything major, like I just tweaked a few sentences and then took some sentences out. It wasn't like I put in a couple paragraphs, took out a couple paragraphs.
Like you completely like deleted someone's work. I mean, were you okay with the tweets that I did?
No, fine with
Yeah.
that. As a group, listen, we have to work together. Like, if I write something and you say, you know what, as a group, we decided that we want to change it, it's fine with me. I'm fine to work. I don't have too much pride or ego, like, I can't, you know, it is.
Let me say this,
We're a team.
writing is not perfect, right? But we have to make sure that everything, it makes sense, is understandable. As long as like, when you're writing it, you can understand what the person is saying, or it's understandable for the teacher to read it.
Yeah.
That should be our main priority, because every time you put the document into the software, all the time it appears something that we have to change.
Yeah, you notice something else that's wrong with it. You know,
Because
so I think that's why it's
we
good that
have
a lot of people read
our
it.
perspective, we have our own way to write, so we write very different.
It's also good to have fresh eyes on it, right? If she stayed up late, like obviously when you stay up till 2 in the morning, you're not gonna be as fresh. You might miss some stuff. You're just
that
like,
word.
yeah, you might put some stuff in, like.
Unequivocal.
You put
Unequivocal.
unequivocal is a word.
I sent her a message.
You and not
Yeah.
I.
Unequivocal.
Do you stay late?
Yeah.
She's doing it like 2 o'clock.
Yeah. For the norms, I stayed up till 3, and I only got 2 hours of sleep.
And I was like, I tried to like, edit some of the work, but I say I'm gonna let her because she's like going fast on that thing.
Yeah, I was like.
And it's not letting me change because she also changing in the other spots. So I was like, I'm gonna go on the next day and get in there because we cannot be all of us at the same time in the document either.
But we also, I think we should discuss this too. If you want someone to review your work, you have to have it done by like Saturday, maybe
Yes.
Sunday, because people, if we're gonna put it all together, you can't have it like, oh, I finished Monday night and give it to the person. That's unrealistic.
like here's another thing, like now that you mentioned like the weekends and stuff, like is the weekend like the most free for you guys? Like is that like an appropriate time to go in and proofread each other's work?
I would say
and be on-
Saturday's probably my best day for me.
at the same time, because for me, like Friday, Saturday, and like possibly like Sunday afternoon, because I have to have church in the morning, but Sunday afternoon I can look at, like I can proofread and stuff, but I'm just making sure that everyone has some, like everyone gives themselves some time, like I know, like when do your work days end? Like when you're,
So I work all day Friday.
okay, all day Friday?
Yeah, I get home late sometimes, so sometimes I put in 10, 12 hours to
What-
make up for other days.
Right,
Yeah.
so what time of day normally, like without any overtime, like?
Fridays are pretty much bad for me in the sense that, like, yeah, at night sometimes I can review, but
Okay.
most of the time, like, when I get home, I don't want to review anything, because I'm so tired from the day
Of course,
that I'm
yeah.
not fresh, I don't want to be,
Yeah.
like, so usually I wait till Saturday.
So, how about this, like, just when you get the chance, message like what times are good for you, like that will know that you're most likely gonna be attentive to this document.
Yeah, well, the thing is this, like, you could send me something on Friday night, and I can just, you know what I mean? It doesn't, you don't have to send it to me right away, like, okay, I'll send it to you at 10 a.m. so you can read it now.
Right.
You could send it to me Friday night and email it to me or something, wherever I can get it, and then Saturday I'll review it.
Yeah.
And like feedback.
So we're like, hey, I'm sending you this, review it when you have a chance.
Yeah,
Remember, we all have 12 credits, basically, yeah, like 4 classes.
yeah,
So we also have other priority that we have to spend a lot of time on in other classes also. So it's not just work, it's also other classes that are taking time. So I would suggest that we work through the week little by little. So when Tuesday comes, we are not that rushing of, oh, we have to make sure that the assignment is correct.
I feel that we should touch base, obviously Mondays, we need to touch base Mondays to make sure that we have everything for Tuesday. And preferably Monday afternoons, not Monday evenings. And I think that we should also touch base on either Fridays or Saturdays to make sure that, if there's any questions or concerns, or if there's specific things that we're waiting on from each other, those are addressed.
well, fortunately for this coming week, there's only like this video that we have to submit and then the individual, so thankfully there's nothing
It's
like,
individual.
yeah, thankfully it's nothing too busy, but I mean, I was just looking through the agenda for the coming weeks, and it looks like there's gonna be some more like work on the Google Doc in terms of the group of like our group writing the double space document.
This is T6 is a combination of what we do in T2 and T4.
Okay,
That whole thing is worth 20 points. They're basically gathering, doing the biography, doing
It's the final paper, right?
analyzing the
T4 right
output
there.
problems. Basically, that is the final paper. That is
Now, what
That's
is that the last week of the semester? Or?
that's week 13.
It's gonna matter because, I think, speaking of this, I think it'll be best for all of us if we have it done before the week, because first of all, everyone's gonna have finals that 1 week, right? So no one's gonna wanna do this before finals. Everybody's gonna have, I have to study for finals. So I think we should try to have this done a week before. Would everyone agree with that?
Like a week.
Our last assignment is a PowerPoint. So this is not our last.
Okay, so if this is not the last, then that's different. What I'm saying is, no one during finals week is gonna be trying to do
It's
this.
a PowerPoint.
Let's not kid ourselves.
For that one, we really have to really meet.
PowerPoint's the last.
No, because that one we have to do a poster. We have to print all the slides, post it in a poster.
Right, but we don't have to meet after that.
What we could do with that though is we could meet before class, everybody brings whatever they need, like whatever your part was, we could just put it all together right before class. And that's all we have to do, and we have to just make sure everyone brings.
The thing is that I suggest that we start thinking about dividing the work for T6, because that's the biggest work that we have to do.
What's T5?
But we still have to we didn't do T4 yet, so we still have to, it's baby steps, we can't just jump.
No, but it's saying because that's what has the most work.
No, I know,
So
but T2 and T4 are So we need to do T6, you're gonna need T4 and T2. So we did T2, we didn't do T4 yet.
This is T3. So two,
T5 is the individual values assignment. No, T5 is our, when we had done already we have been already two-time leaders in the team. We do a page about how we did as a leader.
okay,
That's it, that's T5.
okay.
So T6 is the main project, so
And what do we have to hand in?
we have to hand in a 6 to 8 page report on.
Okay, so it says, do you mind? I'm gonna read it. So it says, remaining portions, part 6 through 8 of your paper. Analysis of output problem, integrating course content and supported by the data your team has collected and analyzed. Recommendations to solve the output problem based on your team's analysis, bibliography, and notes in appendix. We did a lot of that in T2.
Exactly.
So kind of just,
Reinforce it.
yeah, reinforcing it and obviously testing some of the suggestions and seeing what management says.
It's gonna be a lot.
Yeah, so seeing what management says and how, the staff feels.
That's this one. That's T7.
This is part 1 through 5. Company access, output, so these are the parts that we need. Part 1, company access. Part 2, output problem. Part 3, data collection. Part 4, background information. Part 5, interview data and identification. So it's very similar to what we just handed in, but this should have more information because we would have already done a lot of the problem resolution. So we could get feedback from staff to see if the problems were addressed and corrected. So do you guys feel like we should break up parts?
I don't think, not yet.
Not yet?
We
Okay.
still have to believe it, we have, T4 is gonna be a decent amount.
Oh, there's more. Part 6, analyze of output problem and integration with course content. Define in your own words 2 concepts or theories from the course. So we'll have to use theories that we've learned.
Okay, but we'll discuss that more when we approach that. Yeah.
That's not what
Okay.
So let's just reiterate. You will be sending us the video,
Yeah.
right? And then at this point, we each will individually just analyze the video,
Yeah.
submit, and no one's responsible for anything else.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, the next leader is
James.
James.
Yeah.
And then we'll go from there.
We're assuming that Brendan's,
Yeah, so we'll,
he's out of it.
I spoke to the professor. She said obviously not to remove him from the chat and to just wait because she's going to reach out to him to kind of figure out what happened. And then next week, if we still have no response, then he's officially out of the group.
Okay.
Okay?
Very good.